Hello everybody and welcome back to CodeViz, your #1 learning platform for all things tech related. Now in our last video what we touched was CSS transforms, and in this video we're going to touch CSS parallax. But before I proceed, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos so you may be notified whenever we post a new video. You can also follow us on all our various social media platforms. Okay. Also, don't forget that we also take on tech projects as well. So if you have any projects you want us to help you handle, web dev, UI UX, data analysis, software development, just give us a call, reach out to us, and we'll help you take care of it. So without further ado, let's continue with the topic of today, which is CSS parallax. So as I was saying in our last video, what we touched was CSS transforms, whereby we made this box do something like this. Okay, can you see our lovely box here that is just twisted up and down? Alright, well, what you're going to do now is something completely different. Alright, it has nothing to do with this box entirely. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to create a new HTML and CSS file. So let's do that together. We'll come here on this empty space. We'll say new file. We'll call it CSS parallax .html. I'm going to come into this my CSS folder right here, and I'm going to create a new file. I call it CSS parallax.css. Now you can see what I clearly did, right? Inside this my direct folder here, I created this CSS parallax.html. Right inside this my CSS folder, I created my CSS parallax.css. So please do not make the mistake of creating these two inside the same folder. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but if you follow the process, if you're trying to follow this exact process I did, that might cause you issues later. Make sure one of them is inside their respective folder. If you have to confirm if your file is inside the folder, just shrink the folder here. If it doesn't show anymore, that means you created your file inside the folder. It's as simple as that. So let's carry on. Now we'll start with the CSS parallax. We're going to let's insert the HTML boiler template. Very easy, nothing to stress about. And let's fill this up. I'm just going to come here, change this to CSS parallax. That's the head section. Then I'm going to just give it this last guy here, meta http equiv dash compatible, and content equals to IE equals to edge. Alright, that's all. Then the next thing we are going to do is we're going to link our HTML file to our CSS file. So let's do that now, so that we don't have to worry about it later. So I'm going to come over here. I'll say link href equals to CSS/CSS parallax relationship is equals to style sheet. And I've explained this at the beginning of the CSS video here, exactly what this rel does. And I said that if you don't put this property of relationship, that is rel style sheet, your CSS file will not work. Your CSS file will not properly link with your HTML file. It is this relationship that tells this HTML file that, okay, this is your style sheet. This CSS parallax is your style sheet. This is what's going to make you look fine. Alright, so let's carry on. Alright, so we're done with this step here. So for the CSS parallax, we're just going to do something pretty basic for now. We're going to create a section. So I'm going to say div dot I don't even need to put div. I'll just say dot para. I'm feeling lazy. Dot para okay, just say dot para. Yeah, that's all. This one is okay the way it is. Let's not do too much. Dot para, and in this dot para I'm going to put maybe a little box. I'll say a tag. Yeah, a hashtag. This is not going to go anywhere. I'll just give you scroll down. After this div tag, I'm going to give this one dot text. In this dot text, I'm going to put a bunch of lorem, some just say lorem 50. I'm not doing much. I'm feeling lazy today, and I believe that is okay. Yeah, that is okay. So this will just do this in our web page. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Open with live server. Close this. And this is what we'll see. This is what we get. Nothing, nothing too much. Just pretty basic. It doesn't look like much for now, but trust me, when we are done, it's going to be amazing. Now let's duplicate this. I'm going to copy these two. Copy these two. Come back here. Place it down here. I'm going to call this Paral. That's the second section. I'm going to repeat this. Copy. Paste. Paral, we're going to make it double L. Copy, paste again. How many sections do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's give it 4. Let's give it a fourth section and call it a day. 4. Let's give it a fourth section and call it a day. So this is what we're going to have. We have these 4 sections here, or we have these 4 paragraphs here, whatever you want to call it. But now let's apply CSS to it. I already know the first thing we have to do in our CSS file is we use our universal selector to target all our elements and give it the respective margin 0, padding, and removing the excess space from all the elements. Then as always, I give it my favorite font family. Like I said, it's my favorite font family. If you have your own favorite font family, you can add it to it. One thing about coding is that you're free to do whatever you want with it. So don't limit yourself to whatever you can do. Get creative, get crazy, get silly. The more you practice, the more you learn. The more new things you try, the better you get. That's the way this shit works. So let's carry on. Now, I have created several div tag sections, but you can see I repeated the same scope. I first started with this, plain div tag, followed by this text, this div tag. I repeated it 4 times. It doesn't look like much yet. So this is Parallax. It doesn't look like much yet, but by the time we're done, we'll see why we did it like that. So let's begin our CSS parallax effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down and target this tag here and this tag respectively. So I'm going to come down here and see dot para. I'm going to give it a width of 100%. So it's my mistake. Remove this width entirely. Remove the width entirely. We're not putting width yet. We're just going to say background image. So let's do that. We'll say background image. We have to start by putting the picture. Then we'll say URL double brackets. Now, if you were with us when we did this, if you watched our previous video when we did background image URL, you know that what you're supposed to put in here is either the location of your image file or a link to the image. That is, if you're getting a picture directly from online, you just need to insert the link to the image right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my browser here. I'm feeling lazy. I'll go to google.com. I don't stress myself too much. I'll head over to google.com. Make sure you're connected online for this. Now you can either use the images on your system or you can go online and get the images, whichever one you prefer. That's fine. So google.com, I'm just going to come over here and search for wallpapers. I'll say okay, let me not search for wallpaper. I'll say PC HD PC wallpaper. Then I'll put my screen size. Yes, 1920 x 1080 1080. That is my laptop screen pixel size. So I'll click on images here, and it's going to generate a bunch of classy images for me. Yeah, these are dry. These are okay, but in a way they are kind of dry. Where are my anime back? Where are my anime images? No, I'm going to remove this HD PC. Remove this HD. Remove this PC here. Exactly. Now let's carry on. Alright, we have a whole new set of images entirely. Fine. Okay, let's see. Let's start with this Deadpool image right here. We've all watched Deadpool. Good. I'm going to just right click on it. I'm sure they have to do it before. Just right click on the image. You don't need to stress yourself. And copy image link. Now, depending on the browser you are using, this might be copy image link or copy image address. We've done this before. Please remember, please consult our previous video on CSS backgrounds in order to, you know, confirm this. So I'll say copy image link, and I'll come back to my VS Code here. Then I will paste the link here. That is all. And to confirm that this is working, I'll go back to my browser, come here to my CSS Parallax, and you can see there's something showing here, but it's not going to show well yet. Doesn't matter for now, just, you know, chill. So with this, I'll now come down here and I'll give it minimum height. So we've done minimum height and minimum width in our previous videos. Please consult them so you can learn more about it. So I'll say let the minimum height of this image be 600 pixels. Yeah, I'm feeling lazy. Let's make it 600 pixels, and boom, this is the Deadpool image right here. But we're not done. We still have this text and this scroll down and all that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it, we're going to give it background position. So I don't even need to put this gap here, just this. Okay, so now let us set up the, okay, you know what, sorry, come down here, let's put a comment here. I'm going to be set up, let's say align the background. Let's just call it that for now. So what I'm going to do, we're going to say background position center, background repeat. We don't want it repeating. We'll say none, no repeat. Then background size, I clicked out, background size cover. Feeling lazy. Come back here to our browser, and this is what it looks like. Now we have our full picture here, but we're not done. We still need to make this scroll down here, you know, maybe come down here a bit. So let's, you know, let's take care of that. We're going to come here and we're going to say, let's see, okay, I'm going to do .para greater than a. You know what this thing is already, we've touched it before. I'm going to say position relative margin 300 pixels auto. I believe that should bring it to the center here. Okay, doesn't come down, no issues. Yeah, it's the para a, but anyhow, let's see. Okay, that's just rude. Margin top 200 pixels. It's not coming down. Interesting. Alright, width 320 pixels, height 180 pixels, text decoration, let's just do some basic styling there. Text decoration none, color white, background color hashtag 000. But that's not what I'm going to do. Come here, let's select a different color entirely. Let's bring it down to the, you know, the little brown color here. Give it this guy, and yeah, that's good. That's real good. Now let's check it out. I know you fold. So come here, give it padding. Padding, we're going to make it 18 pixels top and bottom by 24 pixels left and right. Come back here, but you're not still moving. Why? I'm sorry. Give it to me now. Give me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Let's see, let me add padding effect here. I'll see padding 20 pixels all around. Okay, that's for no. Now you've come down, nice. But we need to move you here to the center of the page. What am I missing? Oh, give this text a line. Center, position, relative. That's what I did, right? Yeah, give it position relative. margin top 20 pixels. Let's see, you come down. No. Oh, top 200 pixels. Yeah, I knew you will come down. Funny stubborn. I know you are funny stubborn for margin. Auto, but you still won't come to the center here, right? I knew you won't come to the center here. No problem. We're going to give you a left 50%. Too much. 40. And it's still not there where I want. Font size. Come back here, sorry. Alright, font size. We're going to give our font size 32 pixels. Come back here, take a look at it. It's bigger, too big. Let's make it 24 pixels. Let's make you 420 by 280. Alright, pardon me for this. We just have to style up this our little block here so it will look good. And we're done. It's nothing too serious at all. It's just for it to come down here and look nice. Don't worry, we won't need to do this again. What I'm just going to do is copy and paste all the way. So let's carry on. So now we are done with this little A here. What we need to do now, we have our little block here. It looks nice. So now let us style up the next section, which is what? This text. Let's style up our text section. So let's carry on with that. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to say dot text. Let's start this up. So we'll say width 100%, auto, height, let's give it a height of 300 pixels. I'll say background color, and let's pick this guy that is here, but we're not going to use him exactly. We're not going to use him exactly. We're going to use a lighter version of him right here. Then I'll do color of my text should be the dark version of the guy, or a much darker version. Let's use a much darker. Yes, let's see how it looks like. Potato. Let's make the background lighter. Come back, bring it up here. Much better. Then we're going to give it the usual margin and padding. So we see padding 50 pixels all around. I'm feeling lazy. Text align, center, bring it here. Okay, good. Then let's reduce this height a bit, make it 240. Alright, much better. Then the next thing we're going to do, just give it font size 24 pixels, just like the scroll button, and line height. Now if we touch the line height in one of our previous videos, probably CSS text, please just consult our previous video so you know what this line height is about. But what it does is that it increases the spacing between each line of text. So I'm going to say line height should be 32 pixels, and always remember, let your line height be more than your font size so that you can see the effect properly right here. Okay, I'm going to reduce this text box a little more. Let's reduce this height from 240 to 180. A little more, 140. All right, perfect. Now it has affected all of them. Good. So that is what we need at this moment. We're not done. So let's style up the remaining boxes. Let's style up the remaining sections. So we have para, parallel. So let's start it off. So I'm just going to copy everything that is here, like so. Copy everything that is here. So I'm going to say dot paral, paste. Then we're going to come and touch this little image here. We're going to use a different image this time. So let's go back to our Google tab and look for a whole new image to use. Ooh, Spider-Man. Yes, we all love Spider-Man. So let's use Spider-Man. Alright. Copy this guy. Copy image link. Remember, it's either copy image link or copy image address. Depends on your browser. We'll paste this guy here. Come back here. Check it. Alright. Spider-Man has applied. Okay. Let's see. Who is the next person we're going to use? Who's the next? The next wallpaper we're going to use is which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? What you know about? Ooh, wolf. Yeah, let's use this wolf. Yeah, I love wolves. Alright, cool. So come back here, copy this, copy everything here in this background image. Come down here, dots paral, paste everything again. Then copy this image link again, or image address depending on your browser. Change it here in your VS Code. Come back and confirm it is working. Alright, that's nice. Wait, why does our wolf have this techie stuff right here? You know what, it's a painting, I'm not going to question it. Let's move on to the next wallpaper. So now we have paral. We have, so what we now do is dot paral la. That's the next one. So copy this again. And let's just take, yeah, I don't need a cat. Yeah, let's see. Give it to me now. Give me now. Let's go back up again. Let's start from up again. Let's see if there's anyone I missed. Remember, you can use the wallpapers in your system, or you can get anyone from online. It's your choice. So I'm going to click this one here. I like the landscape. I like the way the moon is reflecting. It's not because I'm a werewolf. I wish I was. Copy image link. Come back here and paste it here. Alright, cool. And now we should have these wallpapers like so. Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. But if you notice, our scroll button isn't in the center like the rest of them, so let's take care of that. It shouldn't be a problem. All we have to do is say, just copy everything that is here. We don't need to stress. Copy everything that is here, or don't even copy. Just dot para dot a comma dot para greater a comma dot paral a dot parala. A. Alright, now in our previous videos in CSS selectors, we talked about this comma, and this is what we call the group selector, whereby we use this comma to, what we do is we target different sections and give them all one setting. That is we declare one CSS property, one CSS, we use one CSS declaration for all of them. Sorry, that's the term I was looking for. We target multiple sections or multiple elements in HTML and use one CSS declaration for all of them. So what you do is you group them together using the comma icon here. So if we come back here, all of them should be the same. Beautiful. Beautiful. See, we don't need to do much. Now we are done. Now, as you can see, this is, let's just say this is our web page, for example, now. And you can see that as we scroll down, what happens? Each image is scrolling up along with the page, right? Each image is scrolling up along with the page. But what we are doing today is the CSS parallax effect. And the parallax effect, the way it works is, as we scroll, this image is not meant to scroll. Just this section is meant to scroll. It's supposed to scroll, and it's supposed to give it like a washout effect. Should I say a washout effect, or an overlapping effect? Whereby this section will overlap this image so that it will show this section will overlap this image so that it will show the next section, so on and so forth. So to make it happen, all we have to do is give our elements one more property, the last property we need to give it. Just come down here and give it the last property, background attachment, and just say fixed. That is all. So this is all you need to achieve the CSS parallax the CSS parallax effect. All you have to do is come down and give it this last property of background attachment and say fixed. That is all. You don't need to stress yourself. You can make your minimum height any height you want to give it. This one is just a sample. You can make your minimum height any height you want to give it. But you see, the main thing is to achieve the CSS parallax effect. All you have to do is you have to give it these 3 things first, these 4 things here: background attachment fixed, background position center, background repeat, no repeat, and background cover. So let's cover this background attachment here and place it on the other guys. Come here, paste, come here, paste, come here, paste. And if you come back to your browser, you have the CSS parallax effect. Let's see. So from here, look at now. If I scroll down, what do you see? This section is overlapping this section. My image is not scrolling down. It's like this section is white. It's like saying, okay, bye bye to you, welcome to you, bye bye to you, welcome to you. So you can see the CSS parallax effect here. As we're scrolling, the background image is just changing itself, but it's not moving along with the page, unlike before. Before, as you are scrolling up, our images are scrolling together with our page. But in this case now, this little text section here is like it's wiping it out. It's like it's covering it and telling, okay, bye bye to you, next page, just like that. That is the CSS parallax effect. Now, take note, for this parallax effect to work, what is essential is this. You see what I did here? After creating each section that the background image is going to be on, I created this next section called text, just to cover, just in like a gap section in between each sections that the background image will be on. If I didn't do this, the parallax effect won't work properly. All right. If I didn't put this section in between each of these paras, this effect will work properly. So this is essential to make your CSS parallax work. This subsection, this middle section that has no background image whatsoever, it is essential, it is key to making it work. Alright, so remember, all you have to do is give it this particular element. But remember, you must use a subsection to put it in between them. It's like the Nigerian flag. Let me not say it's like the Nigerian flag. The main thing is there must be a middle section between each section, a plain section between each section that's going to have a background image. That is the only way to make your CSS parallax work. So I hope with this we understand it, and we're done with the video for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our video if you enjoyed, if you liked what you see, so you'll be notified when we post our next video. Remember, this is CodeVis. Follow us on our social media platforms. If you have any projects, please give it to us. You can also join our community platforms. The link to our community platforms is in the description of the video. Once again, thank you for watching, and see you on in the next video.